Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy Mad Mike coming at you guys for more Atlanta Falcons news. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friend to come chat Falcons football with your boy. Also, join the Mad Mike membership, $1.99, $5.99, $9.99. All right, so let's get straight to it, man. This is your Atlanta Falcons news, and I think this is worth mentioning first. Dante Fowler Jr. is back at practice. I reported yesterday that there was concern. Some Falcons fans, I don't think a lot of people paid too much attention or even thought it was serious, but he was back at practice with a sprained ankle. Also, the Atlanta Falcons have signed quarterback Kyle Lauletta from the New York Giants. Is a 3-year starter from Richmond. Passed over 10,000 yards, 73 touchdowns, and 35 interceptions at the University of Richmond. So I think that's a pretty good signing for the most part. Don't look too deeply into it. We know that Matt Ryan is obviously going to be a starter. And Matt Schaub is obviously going to be the backup. And your boy Kurt Benkirk. I know a lot of people have high hopes of Kurt Benkirk. I'm not exactly sure what to make of him at this moment. I hear that he's making some big time throws, some good throws at practice, at training camp, and we're definitely going to see him battle for that backup. But as long as Matt Schaub is here, I think for the most part, he's obviously the more equipped guy to come in and be the starter should Matt Ryan go down for any reason. God forbid that happen. But I think, me personally, without a running game, a consistent running game, I would much prefer a older Matt Schaub than Kurt Benkirk. Kyle Lauletta, I think he's going to be coming in for the most part to be I think he's just going to be one of those guys just to kind of help with the practice squad, to kind of give some other guys some opportunities to play. I'm hearing that the Falcons actually signed 2 other quarterbacks. So I'm thinking it's just one of those signings to come in and give guys days off like Matt Schaub, Matt Ryan, and let these guys kind of, rest for the most part, because the game is coming up real soon. The Atlanta Falcons, the NFL season is right around the corner. Believe it or not, the NFL season is right around the freaking corner, and I am so excited. I'm so excited to see that. But again, man, nothing to worry about, man. As far as the injury is concerned, I don't think there's an injury, whether it's Matt Schaub or Matt Ryan. I think they just signed Kyle Lauletta to just be another body in camp. Also, John Cominsky is really he's catching the eye of and gaining a lot of respect from Grady Jarrett. Yes, you hear me right. He's gaining a lot of respect from Grady Jarrett. All right, he's a guy. He's going to be a defensive end. His last defensive tackle is going to slide in to be that 3-tech and pass rush situation. So guys like Marlon Davidson, who is out for I'll say about 2 weeks. I don't think he'll play in the home opener for the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to bring him along slowly. Like I said before in my previous video, Dan Quinn likes to bring these guys along slowly. So there's nothing to really worry about as far as that's concerned. I think they're just being safe. And with a guy like Marlon Davis, who is young, you don't want to take too many chances with a guy who definitely has all of his career ahead of him. All right, just take care of him. Don't do too much. Let him rest. Let him get fully healed, so he can come back and do what he does best, and that's get after the quarterback and terrorize. All right, we want him to terrorize a lot of these guys. So when it all comes down to it, man, I don't think there's anything to worry about as far as that's concerned. John Cominsky, like I said, he's earning respect from Grady Jarrett. Okay, so that's one news. All right, I think that's it for the Atlanta Falcons. This is something that going to the NFL and the rest of the news, and I think this is Falcons. Falcons news, man. Mohamed Sanu was cut by the Patriots, bro. Mohamed Sanu was cut by the freaking Patriots. Do you hear me? He was cut by the Patriots. So when it comes down to it, Falcons fans, no, we do not need Mohamed Sanu. I know you guys, every time someone gets cut, Falcons fans want to bring someone else's trash to the team. Bruh, we don't need him. We don't need Mohamed Sanu, nor do we want Mohamed Sanu, okay? So, Mohamed Sanu, he's an older guy. There's no need for him. We need to see what Russell Gage can do. We need to see what Olamide Zaccheaus could do. We need to see what Laquan Treadwell could do. All right? Before we go start bringing in all these old, rusty, crusty, dusty-ass dudes in here. The guy was cut by the Patriots. All right? He was cut by the freaking Patriots. So when it comes down to it, man, let's just stop. Okay? Let's freaking stop. We don't need to bring in Mohamed Sanu. He did what he did for us. And let's just let that be what it is, okay? He is a okay receiver, and it just doesn't need to be here in Atlanta. We're just gonna go to the next one, man. And Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette plans on signing with the Tampa Bay Bucs. This is a pretty good signing for them. I'm not going to deny it. These guys are obviously trying to buy a Super Bowl. They're obviously trying to buy everything in sight because they got this old ass ancient quarterback in Tom Brady who just cannot give it up, and they got this old ass ancient head coach, all right, who just can't seem to develop talent. So he's just going to buy everything in sight. Yeah, this is what they're doing, okay? They're trying to buy a freaking championship. And even though you got the money, you got pretty good players on that team, man, look, you still got, it's all about chemistry. It's all about chemistry. And that's just the facts of the matter. It's all about chemistry. Who freaking cares if you bring in Leonard Fournette if you don't have the offensive line to help him get open, to open those holes for him? You know what I'm saying? Think about this. The Falcons, look at the Rams, okay? Let's just look at the Rams, for example. The Rams, obviously, on the defensive side of the ball, they brought in Jalen Ramsey, spent 2 first-round picks on him, and they didn't get to the playoffs. You know, they didn't get to the freaking playoffs. Spent all this money, brought in all of these players, and they couldn't even get to the freaking playoff. So signing a guy like Leonard Fournette, who's had issues with his ankle, who's been a bust if you ask me. Yes, he's had 2,000-yard rushing seasons, but when it comes down to it, this guy can't get in. He can't get in the end zone. He can't get in the end zone. I think the guy had like 3 touchdowns last year for a running back. For a running back to have that, like this guy had less than 6? I think he had 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns last year. And you rush for 1,000 yards? That's horrible. That's terrible. That's worse than Devontae Freeman, who's no longer with the team. So when it all comes down to it, I'm not afraid of the Bucs. I think they're just trying to buy a championship. But let me know what you guys think about this. Continue to support your boy here at Mike Sports, man. I'm gone, baby. Peace.